And joining me on the Newshour tonight is the one and only Smriti Irani. Smriti Irani, you have really defined the word reinvention completely. You've taken that word and turned it around on its head. In your new avatar, or rather old avatar, after the new avatar as a politician and minister, now you're back to your old avatar. I'm losing track of what avatar you are playing now. And you have a new guest on your show. I want to ask you, chal kya raha hai Smriti Irani?
Well, Navika, the last we met, I had promised that I am making a comeback, partially so on television, because as an abhineta, there are things that maybe I could not reiterate enough as a neta. And this storytelling ecosystem gives me an opportunity to possibly take up issues which I feel are relevant today and need a lot of attention. In the past 3 months, the show that I'm a part of, which has seen a reprise, a resurgence, we took up many an issue, from issues of women and their safety at the workplace, issues of body shaming, of aging, of false dowry cases, and I'm happy to share today that on a very positive note of maternal and child health, we will have a very special guest amongst us.
Well, Bill Gates coming on your show, Kyunki Saas bhi kabhi Bahu thi. Now, I want to ask you, totally Smriti Irani style. रिश्तों के भी रूप बदलते हैं. You know, that's the signature tune of your show. Now, Bill Gates, I have compared a show where Bill Gates and you as the Women and Child Development Minister were together, and now he's going to show up on your shows. Kyunki Saas bhi kabhi Bahu thi. Are you going to drag him into the Saas Bahu saga?
I think the last, you, me and Mr. Gates were on a platform together. If you recall, just before coming on stage with you as the anchor, I had made him do tadka in a khichdi, a chonka. That too was a message about how nutrition and a well-balanced diet, especially for pregnant women, young children, can be affordable, can be traditional, may not need any kind of additional inputs which may be chemical in nature. To have that messaging come through under the Prime Minister's Poshan Abhiyan was one of the contributions I could very blessedly make as a legislator, as an administrator. Today in the show, you may say, yes, rishton ke roop badalte hain, and maybe that is another indication of the relationship with nutrition and maternal and child health that I share. We've had the blessed opportunity. I requested Mr. Gates and the Gates Foundation that this is a very popular platform, a very popular mode of communication, and if we could find some way to collaborate so that we can propagate and continue to propagate the issue of maternal child health, and we should look at this opportunity. I'm very grateful that my network and the production house all were keen to partner, and that is why the collaboration will come to screen very soon. Again, the purpose is to reiterate that a good, healthy, balanced diet for mothers, for children need not be fancy. It can be a simple drumstick soup at home. It can be a simple khichdi, as long as it is made with a lot of love and care, and as long as families and communities at large take the responsibility of ensuring that mothers are protected, respected, and well nourished.
Well, Smriti ka comeback, Bill Gates ka tadka, it's all happening out there in Kyunki Saas bhi kabhi Bahu thi. But I want to ask you, you're back, making this really king size big, as they say. What would you say?
Well, you don't know whether I'm back or I'm forth, but yeah.
What would you say to those people who had written you off after you lost Amethi?
I do not deny them their 2 minutes of fame. I think that both victory and defeat has helped me write my own destiny, carve my own path, or create a niche for myself. I would rather focus on what I can give back and what I can recreate or for that matter repurpose. When I came back to screen, I was very clear that this is an opportunity for me to have the Neta, the Abhineta come together on issues of social relevance. I said in my interview to you that I am a part-time actor and a full-time politician. So while I'm cognizant and very grateful that Mr. Gates and the Gates Foundation could come together on this platform to communicate the need to ensure good nourishment for women and children in our country, I'm also aware that those who possibly had a negative inclination towards me are not the ones who should be spotlighted at this very, I think, powerful historic juncture, where for the first time a global and purposeful voice comes on Indian media to create a very, very historic opportunity to communicate on a very significant issue of maternal and child health.
So
I will
Smriti
deny
Irani,
them
tell
their
me, have you
pleasure.
already...
I'd rather have your focus on Mr. Gates and Kyunki Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi.
Have you already shot for the appearance of Mr. Bill Gates on the show? When is it, being broadcast? Please tell us a few details.
I can't spill all the beans right now, but let me say that you will see the magic happen hopefully in the next 48 hours.
In the next 48 hours, have you shot the scene already, or is it yet to be shot? Give us some. And what is the conversation all about?
My lips are sealed.
Come on, Smriti Irani.
I think what is extremely endearing is the warmth with which Bill has addressed this whole issue. It is the poignant messaging that he has ensured. What is equally for me an issue of great elation is the fact that this is not a very fanciful message trying to sell a product. It is ensuring that we reminisce about our traditional capacities, our rituals, our parampara of looking after a mother and child in our country. So it is a global voice that lends his voice to a very, very deep-seated Indian tradition.
Well, so viewers, it's been shot, it's been canned, because that's what Smriti ji said, poignant pauses and all included. That much I can decipher for you. But tell me, just like we have every Thursday our heartbeats running fast because the TRP listing comes, do you have that too? When we first spoke about your comeback, since then the TRPs have been doing well for your show, but is that something you worry about?
No, I don't. I think that we had already created the TRP history when we came in season 1. So we did not have the burden of trying to recreate that history. What I'm extremely happy about is I was oblivious to how such products get traction or acceptance on OTT, because that is a modern format of storytelling, and ours is a very, very old way of speaking to many generations. It is heartwarming that even on OTT platform, the show has done stupendously well. So the fact that irrespective of which generation of acting or which generation of product in the media you belong to, if you tell a story right, if it in some way resonates with that deep-seated family tradition of feeling or relationship for that matter, it doesn't matter whether you're there as a beginner or as a comeback artist. As long as the message gets home, and that for an artist is a matter of great joy and satisfaction. So I'm in fact particularly surprised but elated about the response we've gotten on OTT as well.
Well, so Smriti Irani, I saw your name also appearing on the star campaigners list for the Bihar elections. The BJP has put your name out there. Will you make an entry into Bihar only when Rahul Gandhi goes there? Because यहाँ तो आप Bill Gates के साथ appear हो रही हैं, सास भी कभी बहू कर रही हैं. So many things that you are doing. बिहार agenda में है कहाँ?
बिल्कुल, छठ के बाद because many communities right now are immersed in festivities, in celebrations, in prayer. Chhath ke baad, I have been given the responsibility. I'll most definitely go and fulfill my responsibility in the Bihar state elections.
So how are you looking at Bihar? let me, with your finery of the Saas Bahu serial, let me put the political hat on you and ask you, बिहार में क्या लग रहा है? NDA has a chance या फिर जो सब लोग कह रहे हैं नीतीश कुमार not going strong?
I think politics is too serious an issue to be addressed from the fineries of a Saas Bahu soap opera. But just as a citizen, as a Karyakarta, I can only say this, that under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, looking at the political realities currently in Bihar, we are looking towards celebrating the victory of the NDA in Bihar.
Vote chori issue, do you think it's going to be a big issue?
The issue, I believe, was started so that they could distract the attention of people, especially from the era of violence and mayhem during the RJD. I think that it has backfired on the UPA yet again. The fact that netas within the UPA are falling apart, the fact that there is a lot of absenteeism which is more than visible to citizens in Bihar, the fact that issues on the ground are not being taken seriously by either the Congress party or their counterparts in Bihar. There are a plethora of such realities that they have to deal with. Our reality within the BJP-led combine is this, that my party and our counterparts, our colleagues across the political ecosystem of the NDA family have worked time and again on issues of development, and those issues have delivered for people on the ground. And I think on the basis of those works, we will see a resounding victory in Bihar come 14th of November.
What do you think about the Tejasvi Yadav-Rahul Gandhi jodi?
I think they need to decide amongst themselves whether they are truly a pair to reckon with, or whether there is a lot of fraction or fragmentation within that whole combine. But I believe, Navika, theirs is not an issue that I need to opine on. They need to be left to their own political devices. I, as a BJP Karyakarta, need to focus on the work of my party and my Prime Minister.
Well, before I let you go, just one comment on you, and I hope you will indulge me. Prime Minister on INS Vikrant actually encouraging our forces, spending his Diwali with them. Rahul Gandhi celebrating Diwali, making Imratis. Your expert take on that?
I believe that every Diwali the Prime Minister has consistently shown his dedication to not only the appreciation of the Indian Armed Forces, but also ensuring that the Indian Armed Forces are sashakt and ensure that their needs so that they can defend our country better are met with. But I also believe that a very humane side of the Prime Minister comes through during a time of celebration, that those men and women in uniform who serve at the borders, who leave aside every event, every celebration, every festival, every birthday of their child, their loved ones in their families, the Prime Minister considers them family and spends his festivals with them. And I think there's nothing more endearing than watching your Prime Minister at work while we all celebrate with the Indian Armed Forces.
Imratis?
Well, Smriti, as some people call me, has no comment on Imarti. Simarti has no comment on Imarti.
Well,
you would
safely
want me
sidestep.
to give you a counterbalance or a comment of between a serious. You would want me to comment and do a comparative between a serious, dedicated politician and somebody for whom politics is part-time. It is not a comparison which I think will be elegant, and that is why I will reserve my words.
Well, on that note, thank you very much, Smriti Irani. More power to you. And what next on Kyunki Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi after Bill Gates? Give us a sneak peek.
Well, stay tuned. Stay tuned. We tend to surprise you.
Well, Smriti Irani, yes, full of surprises and full of statements that are so bold that, well, they leave everybody wonderstruck and watching with gol eyes. Thank you very much, Smriti Irani, for joining me on the Newshour tonight.